Victoria swept into the page and pod like a cold wind, her expensive high heels clicking sharply against the wooden floor. She didn't look at the cozy lamps or smell the sweet pastries. Instead, she glared at the quiet cafe with absolute disgust. She sat at a central table, loudly talking on her phone about her high-flying fashion company, completely ignoring the comfort of the people around her. When a young college student at the next table accidentally bumped Victoria's chair while reaching for a textbook, Victoria snapped. "Watch where you are going," Victoria said loudly, her voice dripping with venom. "Some of us actually have important places to be. If you can't afford to look where you are going, perhaps you should study in the library with the rest of the charity cases." The young student turned red bright, quickly packed her bags in tears, and rushed out of the cafe. Victoria scoffed, smoothing down her designer dress, completely pleased with herself. Aunt Sasha watched the entire scene from the counter. Her face remained calm, but a dangerous, clever spark flashed in her eyes. It was time to teach this arrogant woman a lesson she would never forget and motivate the room to find their strength. Just then, the cafe doors opened again. An older man wearing a simple faded jacket and muddy rain boots walked in. He looked tired from working outside in the cold and sat down quietly at a corner table. Victoria took one look at his clothes and loudly sighed, making a disgusted face. She stood up, marched over to his table, and tapped her expensive pen on his book. "Excuse me, this section of the cafe is for serious professionals. Your dirty boots are ruining the atmosphere. Please move to the back or leave." The older man looked up, shocked and embarrassed. He began to pack his things, lowering his head in shame. Aunt Sasha immediately went to work. But she did not walk toward Victoria. Instead, she glided straight to the older man's table. With a comforting smile, she set down a frosty, sweat-beaded glass of sweet iced coffee. Beside it, she placed a fresh, steaming slice of oven-baked banana cake, its rich aroma instantly filling the air. The older man sniffed the sweet scent, tracking it up to Sasha's warm, protective eyes. "Please stay exactly where you are, sir," Sasha said softly, her voice carrying across the quiet room. "A clear mind requires proper nourishment first. Enjoy your food." The older man took a bite of the fluffy cake and a sip of the cold coffee. He felt an instant rush of comfort, his embarrassment melting away. Victoria glared at Sasha, crossing her arms. "Sasha, you are rewarding this man? Don't think a piece of cake makes this slow little cafe important. In my world, success is about power. People who are weak just get pushed aside. That is how the world works. People are too afraid to stand up to someone like me." Sasha wiped down the edge of the table, turning calmly to face Victoria. "Power is a very fragile thing, Victoria. Let me tell you a short story about a proud royal jeweler named Clara. Clara made the most expensive diamond crowns for the queen. Because she worked with diamonds, she treated the palace servants like dirt. One evening, the queen demanded her grand crown for a royal ball in 1 hour. But when Clara opened her heavy iron safe, the lock was jammed with rust. Clara screamed for help, but the blacksmith refused to come. Her dress was covered in soot, but the maid refused to clean it. "Did she miss the ball?" Victoria asked, caught up in the drama. Sasha smiled coldly. Clara had to present the crown to the queen while covered in dirt, smelling of rust. The queen was so disgusted by her appearance that she stripped her of her title. Clara forgot a simple rule. Arrogance only works when people are afraid of you. The moment people stop being afraid, your power vanishes. Do not confuse silence with fear. Sometimes people are just waiting for the right moment to show you the floor you're standing on. Sasha gave the rest of the cafe an encouraging, firm nod. Inspired by Aunt Sasha's words, a young graphic designer sitting nearby stood up. "Actually, he doesn't have to move," the designer said clearly, his voice echoing through the room. A woman from the corner booth interrupted, standing up as well. 2 other customers stood up together, forming a quiet, united wall of solidarity around the older man. Victoria froze. She looked around the room, expecting people to cower. Instead, she met a room of calm, confident eyes. Her loud arrogance suddenly had no power because no one was afraid of her anymore. She realized that by trying to push people down, she had only motivated them to stand up together. The older man smiled gratefully at the crowd and happily finished his banana cake. Victoria's face turned completely white. Feeling incredibly small, defeated, and foolish in her expensive clothes, she quietly grabbed her bags and rushed out of the cafe, her fake power completely shattered. That evening, the cafe grew quiet. Sasha stood by the magazine rack near the front door, organizing the daily newspapers. Her warm smile slowly faded into a sad, pensive expression as she stared at a high-end business magazine on the shelf. On the cover was a photograph of a beautiful, smiling young woman. The headline read, "The Tragic Loss of a Rising Star." Sasha gently touched the cover with her hand. She remembered how she used to talk just like Victoria. She remembered telling her sister that her problems didn't matter because Sasha was chasing real corporate power. She used her arrogance to silence her own sister until that voice fell silent forever. "I learned to be humble too late, sweetie," Sasha whispered into the quiet, empty cafe, a tear falling onto the page. "But I will keep teaching them to stand up for themselves. No one gets pushed around in our house anymore." Sasha blinked away her tears and walked into her back office to lock up for the night. She sat at her desk and opened her laptop to check the bank accounts for the Serenity Haven, the grand, beautiful sanctuary home she was selflessly funding entirely through her cafe profits to give depressed and struggling people a safe place to heal in her sister's memory. Suddenly, a notification sound chimed. An anonymous, encrypted email landed in her inbox. Sasha opened the message, and her eyes widened slightly as she read the short text-based threat. It was a cold warning from the greedy corporate businessmen who wanted to steal her land and shut down her dream. Despite the threat trying to shake her confidence, she simply leaned back, a calm, unyielding expression taking over her face. She closed the laptop with a quiet click. No matter how hard they tried to break her spirit with these nasty letters, she was going to keep spreading joy and saving others, one witty solution at a time.